trying to help mankind and the people of the USA. Yeah. Oh, Johnny Bruto, he got a lot to say. Oh, yes, he does. 'Cause there's a good old boy down in Texas, turning Texas blue. And there's a blue dot family
in the USA, all over this world. I like that part.
Oh, yeah.
Sings it good. That's John Lawrence out of Tallahassee, Florida. Has an outstanding voice, and we appreciate him very much.
Yeah, there's a blue dot family.
There is indeed. And it's time for a Blue Dot family meeting, and I am so glad y'all are here. Let me see. Jay Clayton was the first one to jump in, and Stephanie is not feeling good, so he's going to take care of it. What are you doing, Jay? Playing doctor? I bet you are. I'm sure you'll make her feel better, Jay. Glad you're here, brother. Linda Taylor Gallup is here. Thank you very much. The remixtress is with us, as is Michael Johnson, Bart Larson, Adina Michael. Thank you very much. Woo, pig. Randy Peterson. A little chilly down here. Somebody left the door open up north just a little bit. It's going to turn around and go away. That's what about South Texas, baby. You get used to it. Winter comes in for a day or two, turns around and leaves. Brandon Johnson is in the room, as is Carol Lowe. Deborah Douglas is here. Mega Wet Willie. How you doing, brother? Let me see. Karen Van Wyk. Adina Michael. You always question yourself, don't you? Dorothy Tyndall is here. Mayat Ada. Thank you, Dorothy, for being here. I see all the little laughing shit going on there. I've been saying it wrong all these years. I'm telling you. That smart-ass squaw's here. Martha, thank you for being here. The remixtress. Everybody's here. BW, baby. I love BW. I love me some BW. Anyway, Jane McDaniel, Bart Larson, I think I said, let me get the Ginger's Chat Show. Y'all remember to check her out on Facebook. She uses her voice just as I do. Michelle Lindsay's here. Deborah Douglas. Let me get on down here before we just lose everybody. And everybody's here, baby. We got a full room tonight. Judy, Just Coggins, Jeanette Miller. Thank you all for being here. Well, I hope y'all saw the report came out today out of Fulton County, Georgia, down there. Big report. I don't know if you had time to read through the whole 2 pages of the report, but I did. And 2 things they came out and said. One was there was no election fraud in Georgia in the 2022 election, in the 20 election. I'm sorry, and think how long it's been. And doesn't matter what anybody says. There was no. All the grand jury unanimously voted there was no fraud in the Georgia election. And the other thing it said is, well, we got liars that came in there. Somebody lied. There's going to be, and I understand Fannie Willis is fixing to, it's imminent that she's coming out with indictments. It just said on the news a while ago. And we're all just giddy wondering who's on the list. Marcia immediately jumped in and said, Trump. Well, Trump didn't testify. But if you dig down at the bottom of the barrel down there, who did? Rudy Giuliani. I bet he is on the list amongst others. But it was more about the response today from Donnie's lawyers, who immediately jumped out and said, perfect phone call, nothing here. They didn't even mention Donnie's name. They didn't mention Trump at all. He's not involved, blah, blah, blah. They didn't mention anybody's name. And so they're taking that as well. He didn't mention his name, so, hey, we're free and clear. No, I don't think so, baby. But it's going to get interesting real quick, and I believe we're going to see something come out of Fulton County as far as indictments real quick. Within days, if it's being reported as imminent, I would suspect it would be very soon. Don't you, Miss Chick?
You know, you guys are so hopeful with
I
that real
know it.
soon
I'm
stuff.
trying to keep a positive attitude. And by the way, how are you?
I'm okay. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, Lord. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, wait. Before we go, Miss Chick, because I'm absent-minded, I got mail. I got mail.
Yay.
I got a card in the mail today from Lynn Dowling. And now, doggone it, I said this earlier, so I practiced it and know how to pronounce it. From Lampock, California. And it's a cute card. It's got a horse on the front. It said just a note, and it's that she has been watching for years and wanted to send her thanks. She's a 72-year-old woman out of California, and she included a very nice donation in there, and we appreciate that tremendously. So, Lynn, thank you very much. And I also got some other mail. And it was a great big box, and Marcia got so tickled because when I brought it in the house, she said, "What is that?" And I said, "It's the peanut butter box." If anybody's seen a commercial on TV here lately,
The
it was
peanut butter box.
it's the peanut butter box. Well, it's the medicine that Mom puts us in there. Yeah, well, looks like we're getting peanut butter.
No, it's the peanut butter
Anyway,
box.
from a family member who wishes not to be identified, but uh, I mean, it was a big box. It took me and my son both to carry it into the house, and it was full of cat food, cat toys, which my cats are going nuts with. And to that person, I can't say just how much joy you brought into this house with that box, and because them cats are going wild with that toy, just going nuts with it. And so a big thank you to that unnamed person. You know who you are, and I love you so much for it. Anyway, Miss Chick,
Yeah.
we were saying before
We were talking about how long it's going to take for any indictment.
oh, baby, we can't take too long.
No,
That's my thought right now. We can't drag this out. This has have
they've
to be.
already drug it out,
Yeah, it's already been drug out way too long. You know, this is
right?
we're over two and a half, going on 2.5 years
Well,
since
and this
it's.
was just the special court, right, to say whether or not it can go to the regular court.
I believe this is a special grand jury, and or a grand jury. I'm sorry, and I think you may be right. The way I read it is it now goes to a special grand jury or vice versa. I don't know which, but
I think it was the opposite. It was
the
at the
opposite.
special grand jury, and now it's going back to the regular grand jury now that there's been a report made
Right.
to say, go ahead, you got something.
Now the report that I just heard on the evening news right before I walked in here, I think it was NBC. I don't know, said that the indictments coming from Fannie Willis are imminent.
Mm-hmm.
That was the word they used. That they spoke to her office and that the indictments would be imminent. To me, uh, you know, that's not months away. Imminent would mean soon. Like imminent, like you got it in, fixing to give your press announcement or something.
Right? We don't have any holidays coming up real soon to make that an
Nothing.
excuse.
No. Did we already have President's Day? I think that's the next one.
I don't know, because we don't do anything with that here.
No. No. Well, it's big for sheets and towels and
No, sale stuff, yeah.
yeah, it's some sale somewhere.
I think, yeah, the next thing is, Fat Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That would be next Tuesday.
that's
I do
that's
believe.
that's my religion right there.
Oh, and they faked me out. I went
Uh,
grocery shopping a couple weeks ago, and they had the punchkis out already, and it was like, oh, is it almost Fat Tuesday? And I bought some. A month later, come on. Now I gotta buy more.
well, I feel for you. You're gonna have some more. Let's see who we got down here that we could pick on. Well, let me see. Let's invite a few people up here and see if anybody wants to join the conversation.
Just eeny,
I
meeny,
send you an
miny.
invitation. Whether you accept it or not is up to you. If you want to join the room, I see Miss Linda's down there. We'll snag her too. It has been.
And
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say something about the trains, but go ahead. Let's see what Miss Linda's got.
Hi, Miss Linda.
Hi, honey, how are you?
I'm doing just fine, and you?
Just fine and fuzzy, see ways,
That is pretty damn fine, my dear.
damn fine.
I'm
Now
glad
you
to hear
found
it,
a
darling.
great big hobby.
I'm glad to hear it. Anyway,
Yeah, let's talk about that train wreck.
yeah, let's talk about that train wreck. That is really, I mean, this really highlights, and so many, and Travis and I got into a discussion about this earlier. It is indicative of where we are as a country.
Those pesky regulations.
Yeah.
Away, you know.
Yeah, what the, you know, we all saw this explosion on our news. The whole derailment, the explosion that they tried to do a controlled burn that just means, well, we're just going to blow it up right now because this is going to go on forever. And it's still burned for days. And they're already telling people that they can come back into their house, just don't drink the water, clean your stuff up. But, you know, fish are dying in the streams, the animals are getting sick, people are, you know, what the hell? You know, we all saw what happened. So, yeah, I don't blame these people for being a little bit nervous at all about coming in there.
A little bit nervous, hell.
Yeah, you know, but it really highlights, you know, the needs of this country because it got it. How did this happen? Because there was another one today. Fortunately, there was no hazardous chemicals involved, they say, but there was another train derailment today. It's our infrastructure, baby. Our railways, our highways, our bridges. This is, yeah, this is where we live. You know.
Well, you know, the braking system on some of those trains are still like the original type of braking system from like 1908.
We're not upgrading our infrastructure at all. Look at the and look around us at Europe, Japan, and stuff. Travis especially, he loves Japan. You know, high speed rail all over the country.
Well, this has to do with how the trains slow down, the type of brakes.
Right. Oh, the trains themselves are antiquated, if not the cars. Look how long some of them have been on.
The technology of them, you know, they're just not bothering. They call them electronically controlled pneumatic braking systems is what
air brakes
we should have. It's what we should have. It's not what we have.
No, we probably have the old spring and shoe.
Exactly.
That just applies tension to it. Yeah.
Right. And this was brought up back in, I think, 2014. It was back during Obama when they looked at it and went, oh, we should probably go to this newer, updated system. And I do believe
they don't need these new regulations because they got these new things coming out.
Well, there you go. You know, before we do anything, we're going to investigate the damn thing for 20 years or more, and then we'll get down to the bottom of what we can do. First off,
there was only one train ever equipped with the shit.
Yeah.
One train.
And they, as I understand it, they didn't declare that as a hazardous materials shipment when they shipped it. Because there was
some
only
arguments about what's hazardous, what's not hazardous.
Yeah, this was hazardous. Mighty hazardous.
Yeah.
Let me thank Diana Mallory, who just came in. Bequeath her gong and secret squirrels, baby. Came in with a $5 donation and said, hello, Blue Dots. John has on a sweater. Is it chilly down there? Lock him up already. Oops. I just hit Donnie in the back of the head. That's good. That's good. That works. Thank you, Diana Mallory. Yes, it is a little bit chilly down here today, and it will be tomorrow. It's going to get down low tonight. I already got the kittens all situated in their little house where they won't get cold. And, yeah, hang on, Randy. It'll blow away day after tomorrow. We'll get through tomorrow, and then we'll get back up into the 70s, I understand, pretty quick.
Yeah, it's 22 here.
No, I'm going to pray for y'all. Hello, Carolyn, John Majesco. Thank y'all for being here. Jane Prim, thank you. Yeah, Randy said it was chilly. Yeah, I told him it gets, you know. But like I said, I don't want to brag too much, but our winters last a week at the most. And then it goes away, but it comes back. And, you know, and then we will have that cycle. It breathes back and forth. Jesus, that gong. Valerie Wood, yep, I love my gong, baby. I love my gong.
Anyways, John, to get back to those trains, they did try and implement some stuff, but in 2017... the train, I guess that's what the industry groups succeeded in encouraging the Trump administration to repeal the ECP brake rule.
Well,
Well, go
fancy
figure.
that. Go
So if you
figure.
want to trace whose fault it is,
Oh, it goes back decades, baby, really. Because
know,
we are
it does.
we're talking about the infrastructure of this country, not only the rails, the bridges. Our bridge is getting replaced. We're getting a brand new bridge, so the bridge will be higher, get bigger ships in. That's why we're getting the
Right.
bridge, not because our bridge is rated F. You know,
But in the meantime, the Trump administration was also doing some stuff on the side, maybe, or people weren't paying attention. I don't know. They were authorizing the transport of liquefied natural gas, and they're like, "Go ahead,
playing.
drag it around. We don't care."
Yeah, just don't have an accident.
Yeah.
You know,
Ah,
that,
boy.
it seems that there's no problem until the problem occurs, until the derailment happens, until we have explosions in the air. That's when it's addressed.
But it all comes down to corporate greed and money again.
Well,
They lobby. They get what they want. In the meantime, over the last 5 years, 22% of the job at railroads, Union Pacific, CSX, and Norfolk Southern have been eliminated. So there's less people actually working. They're pushing the trains even harder.
Yeah.
They
What could go wrong?
It used to be a 3-minute
man.
car check. They would check the cars.
Right.
Now it's down to like 30 seconds. They have 30 seconds to check a car.
Streamlining that stuff. Take a look and walk on.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Yeah, that's not very
How are you
much.
supposed to notice something wrong with a car when you only have 30 seconds? You
Yeah.
can barely walk around the
Sort
car.
of like doing a
30
pre-flight.
seconds.
Kick the tires, light the fires, and let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't work. It's not really healthy. I've
But
been
in
rude
the
here. James is in the
meantime-
room. James, how are you doing? Uh-oh.
I
Are
can't
you with
hear
us, James?
You might have to go back out and come
Oh,
back in. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah. I'm going to drop you down into the audience and bring you back in, recycle you, and see if we can fix that. I have to reach right over and, man, I got to get my eyes checked real bad. We'll see. James,
But-
are you with us this time?
Still can't hear you, James.
Nope. That's
Sometimes
Discord
you have
for you.
to actually quit Discord and then come back into Discord.
Yeah,
It's fluky.
it
I
is.
know.
Sometimes, and it'll pick on, ask Miss Linda.
Yep. It picks on me
It's on
too.
me.
It picks on Miss Linda a lot.
Doesn't like me at all.
Aw.
There you go. Irene Lambert just wrote, I have been in my house in North Carolina for 19 years this week, dodging potholes on the main road leading to my street for the last 15. Much to my surprise, they paved the road last week. It's awesome. Well, there you go.
Yay.
There's the feel-good story of the day.
Infrastructure, yay.
Irene got her road fixed. No, we just have to do that. Here in Corpus, it's constant. The main drag Staples up and down is always being redone. They keep Ocean Drive looking real cute though. That's the main drag that follows the bay here, and it's really is gorgeous. It's pretty. A lot of nice big rich homes, of course, right on the bay, and but a nice beautiful skyline. Corpus is a beautiful city. I like it here. What
Anyways,
else?
part of the problem, John, I was trying to get to the point was
I'm sorry, dear. Go ahead.
it's okay. It's what we are.
Yeah. Squirrel.
Stock buybacks.
Oh, that's a big
And-
thing in all businesses right now.
It is, and it's going on with the trains too. Like I said, they cut the employees and they speed them up and make them run harder and whatever. In the meantime, they're let's see, in March 22, Norfolk Southern announced a plan to spend $10 billion on stock buybacks.
Now, I know you got some information in front of you. Pray tell, can you tell me the profit of the train companies this year or last year? Because I just
I
heard a
don't know
report
if
on it.
that's.
It's way up, baby.
It's a lot. It's like
Yeah.
everything else. It's like the
It's
petroleum.
like the oil and gas business, sure.
Everything.
Billions in profits.
Yeah,
and
I don't
like-
think it's in this article though.
And like in the train thing, the oil and gas, the same thing. They're using that money to buy back
to do
stock.
buybacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
So,
they pay themselves big fat chunks.
anytime you go to fill up your tank and you're pissed off at the price of gas and you want to scream at Joe Biden, kiss my ass, turn around and scream at Exxon, Mobil, Shell, pick one. Because they're the ones that are laughing their ass all the way to the bank. James, did you make it back in?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, we
We
can
can
hear you
hear
now.
you.
How are you, brother?
I had to
How
reboot
does
my
that-
phone. I'm doing good. I'm off the rest of the weekend. This is my Friday.
Outstanding, brother. Outstanding. Well, good. Enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, hello everybody.
When do you go back? Monday?
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
3-day weekend.
There you go. Is that President's Day?
Oh, no, we're just working 40 hours.
Oh,
4
okay.
p.m.
Okay.
It's
He works
every
four
week.
tens.
Oh, you
Gets
work
her
four
done.
tens.
I love it.
Oh, I used to do that. I used to work 7/12s.
Yeah,
Wait.
Yes,
I'm a
7/12s. 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. They do that down here when they have what they call a turnaround in a refinery here. And a turnaround means that they're going to make some kind of expansion or repair or something inside the refinery, which means that the refinery has to shut down, and they don't want that to be for long. So if it's 2 shifts, every shift works 12 hours, 7 days a week, and it could go on for several months until the unit comes back up online. You talk about wear your ass out. You get up every morning when you do that, the first thing you do is you turn on your TV and look at the radar and pray for rain. Because if it's raining, they won't let you go up in them pipe racks, so you get to go home.
Yeah, I'm a union pipe fitter. I'm kind of on a maintenance crew right now.
Oh, outstanding, brother. You
Yes,
enjoy it?
right now? Yeah, oh yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Fitting pipe is always something it's challenging. It's a puzzle that you put together. I suspect you dabble in welding.
Oh yeah, I'm a welder.
That's what I figured. If you know how to fit pipe, you're welding it. So, well, shit. There you go. I didn't mean to interrupt your point, though. Go ahead.
Oh, back on the trains, did you see where that Marjorie Trader Green was bitching about the infrastructure bill not having enough for the trains?
Really?
And that bitch voted against it.
Yeah. I was fixing to say she voted against the infrastructure bill.
What a goof.
Which, yeah, I saw a picture of her earlier. I did not, just right before I came on the air, of her and George Santos sitting together, and they're laughing, and it was she's putting forth a bill, and he's supporting it, or the other way around. I can't remember what the bill now is now. I'll have to look. Let's see if I spot it here. Let me see. Jim Jordan's big tech probe is off to a truly unbelievable start. Yeah, that's not the one. Anyway, what do you expect out of Marjorie Taylor Greene? You know, this whole, I don't know. It's like you could throw a dart at the whole Republican Party over there, and wherever it hits, you could have a story of how ignorant they've been, acting lately. It's this is they're on a revenge tour, baby. They're looking for whatever they can grab hold of, and there's not much there.
I think they're just distracting everybody.
They're trying to.
Well, whilst they're distracting the large national picture, look what's going on in every state. All of the things that are getting, repealed, all of the
Marsha and I
the healthcare stuff and the women's, healthcare stuff that's
look at what's going on in the educational front with
they want
Florida.
They want to know when people are having their periods.
Yeah.
I mean, like, really? They want to be able to subpoena that information.
Sign
It's
the
like,
papers, old man.
all I can say about that is women have been having their periods forever, and we never used an app.
Well, now, how do we know if you're going to be pregnant or not unless we know precisely
Don't
when
use
your
the
period
damn
comes and
app.
goes?
I mean,
we need to know that, because if your period didn't come, then that means you're pregnant, and we're going to keep your ass on. Make sure that you stay in line and have that child.
it's just about being able to get the information from these apps, though. And I just say, don't use an app. Well, you don't,
Yeah, I don't know.
Use
I'm
a
not a
calendar
woman. I
on
don't
the
have that.
wall if you gotta.
I don't have that situation. But if I would not. No, I'm not going to tell you when it is. You know, why would you do that?
Yeah.
But it goes beyond that. Right now,
Why do they think they have a right to know?
when Marcia and I were talking out in the living room earlier, because the story had just come about Ron DeSantis down in Florida banning another African American studies program, and with the actions I swear, if it wasn't for the fact that we have a lot of blue dots in Florida, and I know it, but you might as well put welcome to the Klan at the Florida line, because that's the way the governor's acting. It's like, what is his problem? He is just staunchly against any inclusion of not only African American studies. Oh, yeah, any talk of gay. Don't say gay. Can't say gay down there. You know, it's the whole social warfare bullshit that the Republicans always come up with. That's all they have. They're not doing anything for the American people. They're not fixing your railroads. They're not doing anything like that. But holy God, let them try to teach African American studies in Florida, and they're going to go out CRT. You know, it's not even taught, and we have every state in the union damn near trying to pass a law to keep it from being taught in their elementary school. It's ignorance beyond belief at points when you look at it. You know,
It's just red meat for their base.
it is.
Yep.
That's all it is throwing that line out there, hoping that, you know, you get a certain amount of people that are just outraged at ridiculous shit. But the sad part is there's no shortage of those people. You know.
Well, they're going to start crying about, you know, putting religion back into politics too, and like, really? Oh,
Ain't it
it's
sad?
that Christian nationalism bullshit again.
Yeah, that comes along and sticks its ugly head up there too. Let me thank Michael Johnson, who just came in the room with a $5 donation. Thank you, Michael. And said in Missouri, a 10-year-old can carry her uncle's child in a firearm. Fuck Harley, fuck Trump, fuck Republicans, and fuck Abbott. Fuck Abbott? Hey? I get mixed up with the alphabet. Forget who's being screwed here. Yeah, oh Lord, you know, we just went through infrastructure, we went through education. You could get into a whole other conversation on gun rights in this country, because jeez, you know, this shooting up in Michigan State, it's a daily occurrence in this country. You know, and we're supposed to sit back and say, well, gee, there's nothing we can do about it. God, it's infuriating. It's frustrating to watch tragedies happen every day. And
Well, and we always throw out the how do we deal with the gun portion, but how do we deal with the fact that people want to do this? You know, there's no solution there. We haven't figured that out.
Yeah, that's a harder question. But if you try to remove the most devastating weapon that they can use to inflict harm on the public, you know, at some point, you know, I don't know. Like we was talking the other day, damn near all the guns are owned by 3% of our population. So that's what we need to, you know, but they make enough noise. I don't know. I sit there and I look at Congress and think to myself, yeah, you ain't getting shit on the Republican side. You're not going to get anything out of those people. No. Not on serious gun legislation, not banning assault weapons. And
they pretty much have one platform, and that's we're more patriotic than you.
That is their baseline.
And that's it.
That is what they rely on, waving the flag,
but what
the
they're
eagle.
doing is taking away everybody's freedoms.
They're screwing the American public over while they're pissing on their leg and telling them it's raining is what they're doing. Look at there, look, it's raining here. The crops are going to grow good. Pay no attention to the color of the rain. That's what it is. As we see train companies and airline companies and oil companies make record profits record profits at a time when they're telling us, oh, the economy's bad here, it's terrible here, and all this shit. Yeah, there's a quite a difference between what's saying and what we can see happening.
Yeah, waving a flag and toting
Yeah.
a gun is not
Yeah.
patriotic.
No.
That's just
Sure
waving a
looks
flag
cool,
and
though,
toting
right?
a gun.
Yeah, looks
I
cool.
guess. I
Get
don't
you a
know.
flag, put it on your. Get a couple. Get the American flag and the rebel flag. Put it up there. More flags you got. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's the. But that is not the majority. Independents and Democrats are the majority of this country. The Republican Party, at most, takes up 30-something% of this country, I think, and I don't even think half of them vote, unless they're motivated by hate, and then they'll come out of the woodwork, which is what we saw them do with Donnie.
And here's the question, John. How do we drown these people out without taking away somebody's freedom to speak?
Well, that's the problem that we have to live with your freedom of speech. You can say anything you want to say. If you want to make an idiot out of yourself, hell, look at me. I'm running my mouth all the time. We have a right to say whatever we want. It's only when you use that speech as a weapon, and that becomes a problem. You were going to say, James?
I think a big problem is everybody they're in their own news bubble nowadays.
Indeed.
You can go out and find the news that you want that is catered straight to you. Back in the day, we had one news for everybody, and the American people could, make their mind up for themselves. But now you just get in your own little bubble, and you don't really hear anything. You're like in an echo chamber. It's crazy.
They took the news and they applied capitalism to it. And that is, well, we have a product to sell. Whereas it used to be, and when I was younger, really, like James says, you only had three choices of the news: ABC, NBC, CBS. You had evening news, and that's what it was. And occasionally an opinion would come on. But now it's not that. It's not about the news. It's about selling the product. And for right-wing nut jobs like Newsmax or Fox, they're selling that product, that patriotism, that this is America, God bless us, and look at us, we're the best, while they support a party that willfully screws their constituents over.
Good people, but some of them, they are just stuck in this echo chamber, and it's like talking to a brick wall, trying to. From some of the stuff they're shooting at me, I'm like, where are you getting this? I mean, it's craziness. But they're really good. They're really good people, though. But they're just stuck in this nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we are.
Yeah.
In this battle of culture wars, from watching shit go down. I don't know. There are so many things that we talk about all the time that we can recognize. That's what's wrong with the country. What's wrong with this, that, and the other. And a lot of us have ideas of how we can solve those problems. How is it that our Congress can't get that done?
They're too busy worried about
getting reelected.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's all they worry about. By the time they're elected, they're already looking at the next election, because it's money in the bank. I did see Nikki Haley talking about term limits, though. I'd like to see what's her plan for that.
Well, actually, it wasn't term limits so much as she wanted to implement that if you're 75 years old or older, that you need to get a mental health review.
Cognitive test.
And I'm thinking, really? You have to be an age for that?
I know several younger Republicans, including her, could probably take them anyway.
Right?
Yeah, indeed. Mm-hmm. Let me thank
Santos comes to mind.
Yeah. Oh, that guy. I'm telling you, he locked himself in his district office back in his New York office, because all the constituents outside are pounding on his door. So he's hiding out, man. He's taking it to the bunker. And let me thank Keith Thompson, my buddy, out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, came in with a $5 donation and said the problem is the media highlights the right-wing nut job talking points. Indeed, it's a selling point. Thank you, Keith. Hoorah! Yeah, it's a product they're going to sell. And if it's not good news for your team, well, you just barely cover it and move on.
Yeah, but we have left-wing media too.
We have the same thing on our side.
Yep. Hard to find something in the middle.
I drift. I have the TV on the news most all day in the background in case anything happens. It flash up there. But most of mine, I do. I read. Well, I read MSNBC, CNN, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Yahoo. Check out Yahoo. Never know when Yahoo's going to pop up with something interesting. You got to keep it going. So yeah, but yeah, I do most of mine online. Mostly in the morning when I'm having my coffee, watching the cats, because I got to open the doggy door to let Vicky out to go. And as soon as I do, it's no longer a doggy door. It's a cat door. And they start coming in. Of course, we have bowls of food set up. Let them sit over there and eat. And Vicky comes in, and they all get they get chased around a little bit, but there's no danger involved. It's a game. Because the cats, especially Hank, will sit right there on the kitchen table, on the chair, and sit there and paw the back of her head when I'm petting Vicky. Anyway, I got plenty of cats and dogs. Where were we? John's got squirrels in his head, evidently. Did I lose y'all? Oh, okay.
Oh no, I was reading the chat comments.
Thought Discord had done got it to us again. Hello, Miss Nomad. You were going to say, Miss Chick?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, nothing? Nothing at all. Okay.
I thought you were talking to
I don't know where.
someone in the thing.
No, let me see.
What?
We got Keith in the room. Catman. How are you doing, brother?
Oh, just checking everybody out and listening. These Republicans are traitors right to the bone.
Yeah. You know, I'm waiting for the big revolution that the Republican Party takes their party back from the maggots, from the right-wing nut job society. I keep waiting for it. It's got to come. It's got to come with the indictments that we're going to see soon. Like I said, this whole deal with Donnie Boy in the aftermath of the 2020 election, we have to deal with all of it this year. We can't let this blend into 24 later. You know, justice delayed is justice denied. And that's what we see too many times.
I have to admit, I am so sick and tired of opening the news and seeing Donnie's face. You know, I want to see Americans building around and with each other, not that asshole.
I want to see, you know, just America come to common sense of what we're doing in this country. While we watch wealthy corporations get richer, you know, politicians yak their brains off endlessly and do nothing, while our country suffers, while our infrastructure crumbles around us, while we have mass shootings in the news, you know, it's
now they want us to start shooting at each other.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't come to pass, brother. You know, I always talk about. Donnie's not holding political rallies. He is. He's trying to raise an army, brother. He knows he's not going to get elected again. That bothers me somewhat. Do I think it's a big enough army that it have any chance of success? No, I don't.
It has a lot of trouble, though.
It would cause immense pain in this country to see it, but we see the hints of it all the time with these people that are getting together to try to blow up power stations. You know, let's knock the power out of your town for a month or so. Let's see what happens. You know, these are coordinated events across the country. They just got 2 people, a man and a woman, arrested for that shit. Stopped them before they did it, but they had plans and they were talking to other people. So, you know, the conspiracies that we hear, some of them delve into real life shit that these assholes want to do. You know, half of the real diehard maggots, they'd just be fine with a Mad Max society, baby. No law at all. What law will be whatever they proclaim it to be in their little area. That's scary. Huh?
You're just waiting for it.
Yeah, a lot of them are. A lot of them are. Those are the scary ones. Those are the ones that we have to worry about. You know, and I don't know what we do to get rid of them. You know, it has to come. You know,
the eyes on their toes.
We need so much in this country, but when it gets right down to brass tacks, the biggest thing we need is you know, a sense of community in this country. I don't know how to define that, what that means. Where we actually give a shit about
responsibility.
Yeah. Actually, the things that we were built on, that somehow I think we've lost our way on.
I think that's got to start on the ground in our own neighborhood.
It does. It has to start even deeper than that, in your own house. It's how you raise your kids. It's how you live your life.
And unfortunately, we have, you know, our society has sort of set itself up, and the pandemic made a big point of it. We go home, watch TV, or, you know, we don't necessarily sit on the porch anymore and talk to the neighbors over the fence, or, you know.
Yeah.
Some people do, but not as often as we used to.
Often. No, even down into my neighborhood. I don't have the same relationship I had with my neighbors when I first moved out here. That's changed. I don't have to.
Well, even the whole going to church thing. A lot of people drive a long way to find whichever church they want to go to, but they don't live near their church family.
Oh, yeah. No. These big mega churches, they gather people from all over the place.
Because that used to be a neighborhood thing too, you know. It was the church that was in town. You went there, and
that's
you didn't drive 5 towns over to go to the special church.
Well, because you have to find the right one for you. Yeah,
right.
Because no church is the same.
Well, you know, and if you've listened to some of those preachers out there, you can understand why they're shopping.
Yeah.
Some of them I wouldn't tolerate either.
I don't understand these people that say they want get religion back into schools and stuff when they can't even agree on their own religion. Then if you have religion in schools, you're going to have all religion.
All the religion, yeah. No, they don't want that, James. They don't want that.
They can't agree on their religion.
They want the one true religion, and they will decide what that one is.
It's crazy.
You know, it is. But like I always say, I wish we lived in a world where the religious dogma was applied to our society, you know, but we don't. To me, it's a dog and pony show. Pass the plate and let's go on about the business. That's what I see. But not to say again that means everybody. And I again highlight where we took the turkeys. That Daryl Heimsness gave us 2 years in a row of donated turkeys, and we took them to where we thought it would get the best impact in a small, poor church. Because they're not looking for, you know, they're trying to hold their congregation together anyway.
They are a neighborhood church.
They are a neighborhood church. Yeah, exactly. And I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem with Joel Osteen's big ass, glory be to the money church. Because I'll never forget that asshole when Houston flooded. They had to force that asshole to open the gates to let people in there on high ground. That asshole was keeping people out. Yeah.
By the time he did, they
not a Christian thing to do there during a disaster. You know, it's pitiful. Go ahead.
What's that other one's name? The one that said he was trapped in a tube with a bunch of demons.
Oh, that's I like that guy. Yeah, he has 5 private airplanes because he can't be stuck in a tube with demons. Yeah, it'll come to me in a minute. I can't remember.
Diamonds.
Old guy, big
Yeah,
Christian. Yeah.
I can't remember.
There's a list of them. I can't remember their names. One in Florida. I remember her for being the one laying hands on Trump, and all that shit. She's the same as the rest of the money grubbers. It's a product they sell.
Yeah.
I believe religion is what lives inside your heart. If you've got religious values, that's where it is. And you don't need a building. But that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Amen.
As a matter of fact, there's people probably thinking, "Yep, you're wrong, John." How you doing, Joe?
It's DJ.
Oh, I'm sorry, DJ.
Hey, John, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm sorry. I thought I did. I seen a hand. I thought I hit Joe. There you are, DJ.
Well, if you want me to go down,
No,
I
no,
will.
no,
You
no,
can
no,
bring
no.
Joe.
I seen your hand up. I was going for both of you. He's in here now too.
Okay.
Joe.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Joe's in
Gotcha.
here.
There you go. We're both up here.
There you go. And how y'all doing?
Well,
Pretty
we're doing
good.
fairly cloudy.
Partly clear.
One thing that's kind of sad, John, is that what happened in Missouri today. The bill just came out of committee in Missouri State Legislature that's going to require women to take a pregnancy test before they can leave the state.
Oh, that won't fly. That won't
No.
fly. That's one of them
Nope.
stories. Put it in the headline, and we'll get everybody to read this shit. Will it happen? No, no, no.
Well, it could
I'd
happen
like to
with
see
our
them
red
stop my wife.
legislature.
Any woman. I want to be there when they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, lady, you got to piss on the stick before you leave." Yeah.
Well,
that's
yeah,
not-
I'm
that-
sure that
that's
they
Nazism.
can't do it
No.
whenever it's somebody private driving you across state lines. But if you're going to fly or take a bus or a train,
Yeah.
you're going to try it if this bill passes.
It won't pass. And if it
No.
if it
God,
was
you're right.
passed, it would immediately be challenged by somebody and taken to the Supreme Court because that's a violation of your personal being.
Civil
your-
rights.
Yeah, your
Like you
personal
said.
civil
I
rights.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
John, look
That's
at
one
Florida.
of them.
Look what they're passing in Florida. Don't say it
Yeah,
won't pass.
that's true. But whoever's kicking this legislation up is one of them culture warriors. Look at this, and it's a bullshit argument that just won't. Can you imagine? It's not signs and
horrible.
papers anymore. It's here, piss on the stick. Are you shitting
It's
me?
terrible.
Yeah, no.
And what Michael said earlier, Michael Johnson, on YouTube to you is, yeah, they're going to allow minors to carry concealed weapons in the state of Missouri now.
Oh,
Nice.
great.
It hasn't passed that I know of, but they're talking about it, or it's in the committee or something.
Because what could go wrong there?
Yeah, what could go wrong? And I'm sure there is a perfectly good logical explanation of just exactly why a 16-year-old needs to be packing iron.
Well, when I was 8 or
protect
9
themselves
years
in
old,
school.
I'm sure I made good decisions about how to live my life.
Yeah, I'm
you
sure
know?
I did too. Hello, Joe.
Yes, sir.
How are you
I
doing?
got- well,
Danny's
I'm
always
doing-
ends.
I'm doing good. I want to give thanks to Mattress Mac because he's the one that opened up his doors.
Oh,
during
Mattress
the Houston
Mac.
flood.
Yes,
Yes,
the furniture salesman up there
absolutely.
opened his doors and told everybody grab a bed. Come on in. Gonna feed them too.
And
So,
then
yeah.
when it was all over, he said, "Take the bed with you."
It's your bed. You slept in.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, he's known in
That
Texas
is-
for that. Yeah,
That's
he
one
has,
heck of a guy.
he has several stores across Texas. He's big. Furniture salesman, mostly mattresses. He has commercials down here, but when the time comes, and that's not the only time he's done it. He's done that before.
Yep.
So you talk about a man living the Christian values. There he is. There he is.
That's a man that steps up.
Yep. That does what his religion calls him to do in a time of disaster. So yeah.
And he's not a billionaire like Donnie.
No, not like Joel Osteen. Them
On
guys.
either.
You think that Donnie would give you a bed if you needed one?
You can I hate getting on a religious thing, but in my mind, I can tell a good Christian from a fake one pretty quick. I think, just personally when I meet somebody, especially if you emphasize the fact that you're a Christian. Well, then I
There you
expect
go.
to see you live like
you had
that.
to tell me.
Yeah. Don't
Exactly.
tell me anything. You can show me. I could see it in how people treat other people. You know,
Actions show better than words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Well,
There you go.
I can't say that I'm a Christian because I don't like to turn the other cheek.
Yeah, I'm not a joke. I don't. Yeah, it's hard to do that, Joe. It's hard to do that.
Yeah,
But sometimes you have to. You have to be the better
Well.
man and walk away from some shit. You know, because it's you know, especially when we get old. But in my head,
Joe.
oh yeah, I'm gonna kick your ass. In
Oh.
my body, oh shit, we got problems. You know?
I know.
This isn't gonna go as I had it in my head. I think something's gonna go wrong here, but it won't be the lack of fighting the dog.
That's right.
I'm just like you, Joe. I am not a turn the other cheek person, but I
No,
will say
no.
that I try to treat people with respect and help them out if they need help. I was taught that by my grandfather.
And I don't have to know you to do it.
I'm going to treat you like gold until you give me a reason not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But John's right. If somebody comes in and starts preaching to me or starts saying God bless you and all this stuff, I know immediately they're one of the fake Christians.
Well, not all of them, but I'm just saying, you know, normally you
Yeah.
just, you know, they can say that, but just keep watching what they're doing, you know, and what they're saying. Because you can hear a lot of them down here, buddy, I'm telling you. Talk about a bunch of racist assholes right after you told me you was a Christian? I don't think so, buddy. I'm sorry. You know, you're a lying sack of shit is what you are.
Yeah, we've got those in Missouri, too.
Shaved his beard. No, Miss Nomad, you were not mistaken. I did shave off my beard when Trump left office. And that beard was grown in 4 years. This beard is a little over 2 years now since Joe Biden got inaugurated. So twice the production under Joe Biden. I want to point that out. Under 4 years of Donald Trump, my beard did not grow this far. I know because here's how I measure. Because one hand, one fist, you get another fist there. If there's hair on the other end, which there is, see, that's longer. Because I had two fists under Trump in 4 years. Under 2 years of Joe Biden, I've already surpassed that now. So that's what a good president will do for you. Stimulate the growth, buddy. That's the way I like to look at it, though, because it has. It's grown a lot faster now. And Marcia still wants to cut it off. I can't now. This is me now. This is me. We have pictures of me when I was younger now. Nowadays, no, I like it. I enjoy it. It's I get a lot of compliments on it. That's a nice beard. Thank you.
Oh, John.
What?
Yeah, I would be like Gabby Hayes. If you remember Gabby Hayes, he shaved his beard off and he looked in the mirror and he found himself to be so ugly. He went out in the desert for a month until it grew back. And that would happen to me. I'd have to hide.
I got to say, when I shaved my beard off, and we did that live on the show, I didn't like seeing my chin again. Besides that, it's all no tan at all. It was obviously a lot lighter shade than the rest of my face.
Newsflash, John.
What's the news, Joe? This just in.
This just in. Greg Abbott is announcing the state of Texas.
Is he?
Yes, it just.
He's doing the state of Texas address right now.
That's what he's doing right now.
Yeah, there you go. Tune right in and hear the biggest liar this side of the Mississippi.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
that's the
he's
number
another one. He's just like DeSantis. He's into this culture war thing down here. That's what keeps him going. It's not the things that the citizens of this state or Florida need on a daily basis. They're just trying to stir up a bunch of made up shit. Just get people angry over something that they're bigoted about. You know, and that's where Texas is.
The head of your power commission was in the news today, but I didn't listen to it all because I figure it was all just bullshit.
I'm thinking anything that comes out of Greg Abbott's mouth is bullshit. You know, my governor, my lieutenant governor, my attorney general, who's thinking about running for office nationwide, is under indictment. My attorney general is still under. He's got several indictments on his ass. Are you
Yep.
shitting me? Yeah. That's welcome to Texas, baby. Yeah.
I mean, we got a big bucket here for all the shit that's going around.
Well, they have to keep it full because they have to distract the people from what's coming down the pike, baby. What's really going on behind, and what's really going on is these investigations down in Georgia, in the DOJ in Washington with Jack Smith. I like that guy. I'm getting to like that guy. He's starting to move, and I want to see it pick up, baby. I don't think he's going to let this shit slide. So I'm looking forward to something happening soon.
Me too.
Yeah, it needs
Hey,
to.
Could I go back to the train derailment for two things, and then we can drop it?
What's that?
Just to talk about the beginning of the show. Number one is that there is a video showing the train 20 miles before the derailment, and the wheels are on fire on the one car.
Really, 20
So
miles
the
before the
brakes
derailment
knocked out.
site, it's already got problems.
Exactly, 20 miles before it derailed. And the other one, Mishachik alluded to, what she was talking about is the FAST Act. The FAST Act was passed under Obama in 2015, and it was supported by both Republicans and Democrats, but it had a poison pill. The FAST Act was the bill to fund surface transportation for the next 10 years, but it had a poison pill in which they could rescind any bill that wasn't cost effective. Well, guess what happened? What you were talking about, Mishachik, got rescinded.
Right, because they did their little study and said, "Oh, it's not cost effective."
And so that's why
remind
we
me
have
how
this
much our
derailment.
military budget was this year? Just say it. Your
Well,
priorities.
in the meantime, that CEO guy that was
600
doing
billion.
the stock buyback bullshit,
Yeah.
he's up about 14 mil personally.
Sure.
Hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Money in the bank,
Railroads
he's laughing all the way.
Railroads together did a $50 billion buyback. All the railroads.
Yep.
And record
And all the
profits.
top dudes got, hefty in their pockets, personal pockets.
Cut back on that maintenance cost.
Well,
Thank you, Dwayne
I
Twizzle.
worry 'cause-
$853 billion was our military budget this year, which is every year.
That sounds about right. I worry because there's a train track across the creek down at the bottom of my subdivision, and it constantly runs freight trains 24 hours a day.
There's
I
rails
hear the whistle going
just about
day
through
and
everybody's
night.
neighborhood.
And those things are like
Unless
2
you got enough
miles
money.
long, too, those trains.
Oh, absolutely. And they got 4, 5, 6 engines on them.
And they don't rest very often anymore. They turn right around and go the other way.
They're like
Yep.
airplanes. There's no perfectly good one. There's something wrong with, like he's just saying, if the wheel's on fire 20 miles away from the derailment, doesn't take much to start figuring out why the damn thing, derailed.
How come they didn't know that is my question.
Why didn't
because
somebody
the
along the
video
line
camera-
call it, hey, well, a lot of tracks are out in the middle of nowhere, but if they have a camera of it, it went through some kind of populated area with wheels on fire.
Right, because
So-
the camera caught it. The camera showed it as it passed through the purview of the camera. The wheels were just glowing and hot and almost flaming.
Mm.
When I was driving when I was a truck driver and I hauled hazmat, part of that was to make sure you pull over every so often and check your wheels, because when you're hauling hazmat like propane, butane, isobutane, stuff like that, you have a fire on your wheel, you got a bomb on your hands.
Oh, yeah.
But they're only giving them 30 seconds per car to look at anything, Joe. That's how much time they have to look at
That's
their...
barely enough
Well,
time to walk the length of the car.
And,
And that's what it is.
actually,
They just walking down looking for anything that might be obvious. Like-
Obvious is smoke. Obvious is smoke. And
Yeah,
obvious,
well,
obvious is you have binoculars and you can reach quite a ways, quarter of a mile at least, to
Well,
see
I
what's
know.
going on.
You see, I want to
This
read
was
these two
totally
comments
obvious.
that came in, just the way they came in, because I think they relate. Miss Nomad came in and said, companies and corporations don't care about people. They are rushing to make as much money as they can because they know it's about to end.
Yep, exactly.
And it's exactly
I
it.
hope so.
And that was followed
It's
by
because
Carolyn and John
they're afraid
Manjesco,
Trump won't be back. We won't be able to
who
have
made
that
the
cash
comment,
cow.
that is why we need unions.
Hey, ain't it
Amen.
the truth?
She,
Amen.
Carolyn answered Miss Nomad's statement. That is why we need unions in this country. That's why you need unions
Absolutely.
at all. Because,
Absolutely.
yes,
especially in the airline uh, business. I mean, you can't pull over an airplane to check out what's going on.
No, no,
Right.
You're
no.
there for the ride.
Yeah.
It's not fear of flying; it's fear of crashing.
yeah,
And
it's,
Let me
trains
tell you.
don't stop on a dime either.
yeah, no,
No.
Well, you
no.
know what else? They don't fit the sidings anymore. They're too long to fit in any of the sidings. There's a big controversy about that now.
They have to
But
limit the
yeah.
length of the train
Inside.
because you have to pull off
It's-
the siding to let another train pass, and the length
They're
of the
trying
siding
to
might
eat
not be
every
long
penny
enough.
they can, so they're just stretching it to the limit. 2
Mhm.
mile long stretches of cars. I mean, oh my God.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Hey, but look at the money they're making.
Oh yeah, they're making.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
lots of
making lots of money.
Yeah, lots of money. Hey, John,
Yes, sir.
I was driving to Corpus, and I thought I saw a balloon high in the.
Oh,
in the
aliens are here.
no. A seagull had pooped on my windshield.
Oh, that's what I thought it was a balloon. Look at there. Aliens are attacking. Look, it just dropped something on my windshield. I swear that's some of them birds.
I saw that on Facebook, Joe.
I did too.
I did see Joe come out and speak about the balloons today and everything, and I'm glad that they come out and said that the 3 that they shot down later were probably inert. You know, just either had to do with
But what were they?
well, they,
Weather
some,
balloons or what?
well,
They
they
got
haven't
our own
said
weather
that
balloons?
yet.
could have been a weather balloon from a college or somebody who's into that, or you know, some company that is testing their technology or something over. You know, I don't know. They don't know because
We're getting a
can't
little too
find the
paranoid when
pieces.
we do that.
Well,
Yeah.
it can
Well, the
get
thing is, you're
paranoid.
supposed to, just like with airplanes, because those things go up so high, you're supposed to report that you're
Yeah.
doing that because of airplanes.
Well, I have
And a lot
to
of people
report
weren't
my
doing
drone if I take it up higher than 350 feet.
Well, there, you know,
Right.
I think there. I don't know how much, but can you just imagine how many balloons are up there in our skies? Because the Weather Service launches them every day. I think the number
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
200 and something at least. I think if my mind and it don't work well.
But one would assume they know exactly where those are at
Well,
all times.
those are the kind that
If you
they
use a
rise
hobby,
to a
go
certain
ahead, John.
they rise to a certain altitude and then they burst.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, the ones
If
that
you're
they
a
use for
if
weather.
you're a hobbyist who flies drones, if you go over 350 feet, you have to file a flight plan.
How many people do you actually think are
sure.
doing that?
Yeah.
Probably
I-
not many.
Probably not many.
Expect a new law that when you know how when certain people die or children, they go to the funeral and they release balloons. Expect one of those. Expect the law nowadays.
Oh well,
You
I don't know if you saw the meme of the
Mylar balloons get
of the
caught in
missile
the-
fixing to hit one of those "It's a boy" balloons. It's a boy. Blow it out of the air.
Right?
But we were put in a position. Really, you could see the whole thing play out the way it did with the sighting of the Chinese balloon, which did appear to be something of interest. It's got a hell of a payload underneath it. If it's the size of 3 school buses, it's packing some electronics there with a big balloon that size. So that raised eyebrows, and as soon as it did, of course, the right just jumps up and says, "Well, we got to do this attack on our nation. Oh, this Joe Biden doesn't do something so soon. We can blah blah blah," and then we had to wait for the right moment because of the payload being so big. If he would have shot it down over land, you bet your ass somewhere down the line somebody was going to get hurt, and then it was going to be, "Oh, look at Joe Biden killing Americans." You know, that's what it would have been. So,
Absolutely.
They actually could have shot it down out there.
yeah, well.
Then they
Yeah.
would have been able to recover it. So.
Well, the way they shot it down now, and the recovery evidently is going very well because it was in relatively very shallow water, 40-something feet. The other ones they shot down, not a chance. There's nothing left of them. You know, they're scattered to the winds. You know, maybe, but I doubt how very seriously. But it has brought the subject matter up to the forefront, and so we're tweaking our radar defenses more. And
Mm-hmm.
like everything else, it needs to be. We ought to be able to discern a balloon from a something that, or like the three that we shot down, should have been discernible of what they were. But
Well, I know we can't really, and people do. They're like, we need to know what's going. Well, no, you don't need to
yeah,
know exactly everything that's going on because the world isn't supposed to know exactly what we're doing.
yeah, that's why the grand jury report today didn't contain any names
But I
because they're
would
not done.
assume,
Yeah,
with having the toe that we have in Ukraine as far as lending them munitions and equipment and stuff, that we have heightened some of our certain portions of our security that we don't as civilians know about.
right. Oh Lord,
That's probably absolutely true.
that is true. There's a whole lot we don't know about.
And we're not supposed to know about
No,
it. I mean, come
no.
on.
we
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 can't keep our
need
mouths
national
shut.
secrets. There are things we can't just broadcast to everybody about what we're doing.
Well, those 150 megawatt lasers they have on the Navy ships now, they can knock down missiles.
I'm not aware
I
of
was
them.
wondering, why can't they use those lasers to shoot these balloons down?
They
Yeah.
could. They could.
Well, they'd have to put the laser on the airplane to get it up close enough. I think. I don't know. It will be the future eventually. There will be nothing but lasers, and I don't know what they call them in Star Wars. Them
There's a
bombs.
special laser program by Raytheon. Raytheon is putting them out under the government auspices, and they are on airplanes already. They're
Well,
on jets already.
well, there you go. What do
Well,
I know?
here's the big thing. We progress supposedly as a civilization, but yet we just come up with better and more sophisticated weapons.
We
Why
come
is it
up
all
with
about
with,
weapons?
with highly intellectual, highly precise ways of killing people. Better ways of killing
Why-
people. And
Well,
don't
why
worry,
can't
pretty
we come
soon
up
we're
with
gonna.
ways of getting along so we don't have to
What
kill
a
each
what
other?
what a concept.
What a
What an
concept.
idea if we could do that. If we poured as much
Well,
money
women need to be in
into
charge.
peace and
That's what I
prosperity
think.
for everybody
That's the
instead
one
of the
side.
look at the and I do. I say y'all know me. I'm a veteran. I support the military, but $800 billion when I know what kind of shape our military is in, yeah, we could cut back on that. We could cut back substantially and turn around and use that money for maybe fixing railroad tracks across the maybe high speed rail, something for the people to get around the country safely.
But no,
Lengthen
they
sidings.
want to go after Social Security.
Yeah, yeah.
Hellfire.
That's what the problem
Yeah,
is. You
put
people that are
some
entitled
of that money
to
back.
health care,
Well,
Put it back in the Social Security fund.
Here's the
Yeah,
thing: when
we need
people
that.
aren't hungry and struggling and not able to make ends meet, and when things are decent, they don't get all worked up. They don't worry about things. They're civil. If you're struggling, well, you're going to be angry. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to shoot things. We see people shooting all the
it,
time.
it plays into the nationals. Yeah, people,
Well,
we struggle every month, just like I'm sure just about everybody listening in this program. I'm sure there's not a blue dot out here that's just rolling in the dough. Probably most of us are struggling every month to make it. And it's rough. I'm pissed
Some of
off
us have
right now.
struggled our whole lives.
Mine's
Our
fixing to come to a
whole
head
lives.
because I'm fixing to call my bank and raise all sorts of holy hell. I'm tired.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I am. I'm tired of
I almost know what happened.
what.
You had money in the bank, but somehow some of your money was
Well, I had-
misdirected.
I'm not embarrassed. I had to pay something that was unexpected, and okay, I paid that and left a certain balance, and then something came in and went look at there. It was my insurance payment, which is automatic, came in from the insurance company, and my bank paid it. Good deal. Thank you very much. Charged me $35 overdraft.
you're lucky. Do you
That's
have the
the- that's-
situation I have where
Well,
you pay one thing, but something else comes in and takes
wait,
that payment, and the
Well,
thing
let
you
me
were trying
finish.
to pay bounces?
Let me finish the story there. DJ.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all
I
right.
thought you were done, John.
That happened, and I went, oh well, that was a big bill. Didn't have enough, so okay, I'll suck that up. And last night, a $4.10 bill for something. I can't even remember what it was right now. It might be like one of the TV things. It came in, and it overdrafted $35 on my account.
Oh,
Yep, that's what they do.
Now I'm in triple digits overdrawn, and there's 4 more days to go before I get a deposit. I'm going to call my bank tomorrow because I've been with this bank for 22 years. If you don't refund that $35 on that $4 charge, tell me now, because I'm going to close the account and I'm going to move it over to the credit union I belong to and just move everything over there and be done with it, which I should have really done a long time ago. But I'm going to make it a point because I'm just pissed. Really?
of course.
And now I'm at that point where if anything else comes in, and there's likely to be some little shit come in that I'm unaware of right now, but that's life for all of us. That's the life a lot of us live in. You're running that fine line. So yeah, you get pissed when you see in the news the train derailment, and you find out the train companies are record profits. You go to the gas station, you buy your gas, you find out the gas companies are making record profits. Fuck me, are you shitting me? Come on, man. Everybody's making...
The banks are making record profits on your overdraft fees.
Yes, they are. And that's going to come to an end, baby. Let the sun shine through. Came in with a $4 donation on Super Chat. Thank you very much. And indeed, that's probably the best thing you can do is let the sun shine into your heart. I say it all the time. Life sucks, but try to put a smile on your face every day, because if not...
Absolutely. I had
one of my ex-banks, John, charged me overdraft fees on service fees. Their service fees caused me to go negative, and they charged me overdraft fees.
Oh yeah, see, there's a reason to get pissed off. See right there. You charged me, and then I didn't have the money, and you knew I didn't have the money. So what's your answer? I charge you more money.
Here you go.
Yeah. So it is. Overdraft fees are part of those things that people. Only those that are on a low budget are the ones that are going to suffer that.
Well, I'm pretty meticulous on my finances, and twice a bank I used to bank with, when I used to work, my check used to go direct deposit.
All right.
And I would do my numbers, and all of a sudden one time, $100. I was short $100. So I went and asked them, and they said, well, let's look into it. So they looked into it, and they found it. And I asked them, how did that happen? So I got direct deposit. I didn't authorize any movement of money. Well, we found the money, but they wouldn't tell me to what account it went to. The second time it happened, the very next month, I went back to the bank and I said, look, I'm $100 short on my paycheck here, and I'm having trouble here. And they said, we found it. And I said, well, I want to know which account did it go to. They wouldn't tell me, so I said, close my account. As of right now, close it.
Well, that's where I am with this situation. That just pissed me off last night. But that's just that's my life, like I said, every one of us out here deals with that kind of shit all the time. And it only affects, like I say, those that are living paycheck to paycheck, month to month, and struggling through. Those are the fees and things that really hurt, because they're charging you more money for not having enough money. And
$35 really hurts when you're on Social Security.
Yeah, you add a couple of them up, that starts adding into money. I didn't mind the first one, because I knew, oh shit, but I knew I had overdraft, okay, and that came in, and okay, thank you for that. But a $4 charge, and I've been a customer for that many years, fuck you. I'm tired of it, because it happens all the time.
You can't wait a couple of days for money
they know
to
what
come
my
in to
deposits
cover it.
are. They're all automatic. They know when it's coming in there. Shit. But, well, it's better, because I think now they used to run their debits before the credits. which means that you might have had a deposit there, but we're going to run all the checks first and look at there, you overdrafted your shit. So now we'll make your deposit, and oh, look at there, you owe us all this money for overdraft, so we'll just take that, and here's your chump change left. That's what they used to do intentionally all the
Yep.
time. And
Yeah,
I think they finally passed a law where they can't do that. So I'm sure they came up with another way, which is what
There's always a
corporations
way.
do, baby.
Creative accounting.
Well, if you
Yes,
didn't
creative
have
accounting.
overdraft protection, though, they wouldn't even pay your check. They'd bounce the check and charge you for the overdraft.
Yeah, they'd send the check back and charge you $35. Yeah, and they'll do that too if you don't have overdraft, which I have a slight overdraft.
I'm reasonably smart, but half the time I can't understand how my bank figures my balance.
I just look every day, every morning. Okay, that's how I plan my day. What can you do today? There you go. Oh, there. Who was that?
But that's life as we have it nowadays.
That was Suzanne Jarrett who just said, John, don't forget to put in the credits. Suzanne, I hope you're having a wonderful day, baby. I hope everything's going well for you. Have you heard from her lately, Linda?
No, I haven't talked to her.
You don't talk to her. That's bullshit. I know that. Anyway, hey, did you hear we're going to have a meetup in San Antonio again? Just dropping a hint. Put that on your calendar.
Yeah, I can't make it.
I wish you could, baby. I wish you could. But we'll have another one. We don't plan on going anywhere for a long time. But yeah, we're trying to put together one impromptu up in. Well, we're going to be there because Carolyn, John, and Jessica's going to be there. We're going to drive up to see them, and then whoever else shows up is going to be welcome to be there. So that's the way that we're going to play that. Let me see.
I don't know if I could come, John, but I could bring some guitar amps down for the guys who want to play guitar.
Well, now, if you're bringing guitar amps down, why don't you just stay? Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
See?
absolutely.
Hey, we solved that problem. Anyway, yeah, there's going to be a few guitar pickers amongst the group. I know. Randy plays. Joe plays. I haven't heard Joe. Oh, yes, I have. We've heard Joe.
Yeah, you've heard me.
Joe has serenaded us on air. Or was it on air or was it in Discord?
It was, well, let's see. I don't remember if I did it on Discord, but I know I sent you something that you played.
Yeah.
We haven't, what was that? We didn't win the battle, but or the war or something like that. I can't remember right now offhand.
Michael Johnson said he's coming down to do some picking and some grinning.
Well, if he can,
Carolyn
if he
is reminding us it was on air. So there you go.
On what? I lost it.
On air when you played your guitar.
Oh,
Yes, it was.
And sang. You played your guitar and sang, didn't you?
And I threw a few vocals out there.
There
Yes,
you
yes,
go.
yes.
There you go.
You had 6 or 7 verses, Joe, that you
There you
sang.
go.
Something like that.
See, we deliver entertainment around here. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
We're just gonna have to get together and tune up together, and
I hope it all comes.
and
I
do
hope
some-
as many people as can possibly make it to San Antonio.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who live in the area up in San
Yes,
Antonio.
Just, it is the city with the Riverwalk.
Yes, it is. It is. That is the main attraction. There's a lot of attractions San Antonio has, but
I need to.
if you go to San Antonio,
Alamo.
yeah, you got the Alamo. You got
Yeah.
You got the Alamo.
I need to talk to Randy because I want to.
Got the Alamo.
Tacos.
Got Puffy Tacos, and we know the guy who knows where to get it. See, that's why. That's how come.
Yeah, good tacos.
That's how come Mitch Goldstein's got to come, because nobody remembers where that was. We'd have to have Mitch there to say, where was the Puffy Tacos? We got to go back to that place. But no,
I'm
San
gonna
Antonio has a lot to offer.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get together with Randy. I'll see if we can practice beforehand. There's one particular song I want to sing. Remember that Hee Haw tune? Doom, despair,
Are
and
you
agony
sure?
on me.
Deep,
Oh,
dark depression, excessive misery.
misery.
If it weren't for bad, I can't
Look,
sing
we've
too
had
much of
no
that
luck
shit.
at
They'll
all.
shut my ass off right in the middle of the song. We heard you, boom, and throw your ass off the air. Hell yes, I know that song. Who don't know that song?
Who don't know that song?
Anyway, I hope it all does. I hope we get together and have a good time, because that's anytime Blue Dots get together, it's a bunch of conversation and laughs, and then you know, entertainment, brother, entertainment.
Entertainment.
And anyway, I guess we will wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming in and joining. We had a full room tonight, baby. We got.
I should send you some money and have you get that cactus for me.
I'm sorry, darling. I didn't.
Over there at that marketplace, that cactus I was looking at,
Yeah.
metal sculpture.
Yeah. You remember where it was?
In the marketplace out midway.
Oh. Was it in the
Those
Mako
metal sculptures?
where we
Yeah, it
drove
was
to
in
go
the
get the tacos?
No.
No. We had taco. Yes.
We walked down to the marketplace.
Right. There was one place. But we went to that taco place where the Puffy Tacos was. And that was like a little restaurant. I don't know how he ever found that.
Mitch will remember.
Mitch will remember. Mitch remembers it all. But you can't beat the Riverwalk. You know, if for whatever reason, especially if you have some romantic evening planned, the Riverwalk can be a very nice spot.
Oh yeah.
The whole
It'll
thing.
get you in
Where's
the mood.
the Alamo?
It's right
It's
near
right-
the Riverwalk. Not too
Yeah.
far.
Is it?
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's within a few steps from the
Yeah,
on the Riverwalk.
yeah. There's certain places you can leave the go upstairs. That little stairs leading up to street level, and boom, you're right there. And it's something that you know, it's something to see. Especially
There's
when
the
you know the
Alamo and-
history of that. We revere it very much here in Texas.
There's got to be a lot of spirits hanging around that place, man. with all
Yeah,
the
you
people
would
that
think so.
live there.
If there's a thing of spirits, there's probably a lot of them hanging around there. Probably all up on the Riverwalk getting drunk. But then there's Six
Yeah.
Flags. There's different big amusement parks in San Antonio. So you know, there's
Oh yeah.
a lot of
I got a yearly pass to SeaWorld there.
yeah. SeaWorld is up there. Yeah,
SeaWorld, huh?
oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
real nice. Real.
I go there for the concerts.
Oh, there you go.
I'll go sit down there and I just sit down there and listen to the music.
But speaking of something that's going on that you can do, you know what we have going on here in St. Louis, which is exactly what the Republicans hate the most.
What?
Because this book was banned in Florida by DeSantis. We have at the Fox Theater here in St. Louis, To Kill a Mockingbird. It is playing for a week now.
There you
Well,
go.
wait a minute. To Kill a Mockingbird is banned down in Florida.
The book.
That's one of the
book
books.
has been banned in red states. It's one of the books that they consider you can't have in the high schools
Whoa.
There you go.
because it is a white man.
I'm waiting
defending a
on
black man.
I'm waiting on the book burning to start. You know, when are they going to go full blown Nazi? You know, that
haven't they
I
already?
got to that discussion today, and I can see it in in Abbott, and then DeSantis. I'm just looking at him now. Why don't you just put a pointy hat on your head when you go to the conventions and shit? Do your speech.
Wear a brown shirt.
It sure is starting to sound like shit that's in his head come right from the Klan.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
embarrassing.
what were those guys? The Hitler's enforcement group. They wore
Yeah.
the brown shirt.
Yeah. Brown shirt, Nazi youth,
Mm-hmm.
Hitler youth. Yeah.
Well, it's bad when they start
Brown
stealing on
shirts.
each other.
Hell, I swear, some of them maggots, the far right, that's exactly what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Yeah,
shitting me?
that's what they want. They want to
Yeah.
go out and
Bash
kick
heads.
them out.
Yeah. They want to close down a gay bar, or nowadays it's drag queen story time, or whatever imaginary ailment they have in their head. But the sad thing is, they're willing to destroy our society to do it. That's why they want to knock out power stations and shit. You turn the lights off in any town for a month.
Do
and
they
see what
actually
happens.
forget that they have choices? Like if you don't want to read something, you don't have to. If you don't want your child to
Nah,
read
that never
something, you
works.
don't
If
let
it's there,
them.
you know that everybody's going to read it. We can't have that.
If you don't want to see a drag race, you
Yeah.
don't go to one.
There you go.
Mm.
Simple choices in life are easy. But the
Yeah.
biggest one would be to don't stick your nose up your neighbor's ass. You know, whatever
Well,
it
that'd
is.
be a good one.
Anyway, I guess we'll wrap it up for the evening. I want to thank everybody for coming by and joining us. It was a great night tonight. We had a good turnout, and I appreciate everybody being here. DJ, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you. Appreciate
coming
you being here.
You betcha. Anytime. I always enjoy it. And James, again, thank you, brother. Second time in here. We appreciate you coming in.
Hey, I love y'all.
Oh, man, we love you back. Just remember, you got to just jump in anytime in these conversations.
I will when I can.
We play it pretty loose, just like if we was sitting around your table. That's the way
If
we
I'm not
treat
in here, if I'm not in here, it's because I'm just too tired.
it. I can relate, brother. I can relate. I'm going to sleep well tonight because I'm going to turn on the electric blanket because in my world, it's cold down here right now. Yeah, we're going to get down to like
Me too.
30-something tonight, I think, 38.
I said little violin. You still have that?
Yes, right here. And I want to tell you, it's a sad thing when I have to turn on the electric blanket to keep my poor freezing toes from freezing. And that's 95 in the anyway.
Is it cold enough for Ted Cruz to go to Cancun?
Not yet, damn it. Let's go. Maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe he's already gone. You know, he's coming up in 24. He's coming up again. I saw Beto O'Rourke was over in New Mexico. He does that a lot. He will go.
He was hiking.
Yes, he was
out there
hiking out on trail. Wasn't that you sent me that, Joe?
Yes, sir.
It was. Joe sent me that he's over in New Mexico, hiking trails and whatnot. He does that. He did it before when he ran for governor.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's one to give up.
Nope.
And
Nope.
I
I hope
think
not.
Ted is so close. We came so close to beating him last time.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that's for another
Anyway.
show. Anyway, Joe, thank you for coming in, brother. We appreciate it tremendously.
You're very welcome.
And yeah, you seen what was
It's
in the
my
background of
pleasure
that
to-
picture, huh?
Yeah.
It's got to
I
move.
spotted that too.
Did you?
Yeah.
John's got it sitting right there behind the cat food. There it is.
If you go to the blue room, I got something I got to tell you.
All right, we'll go to the blue room right after the show, brother.
I'll bet you.
Outstanding, Joe. Thank you. And let
No
me
problem.
see, Keith, Catman. Thank you, brother, for coming in.
Yep, just checking in on everybody, wishing you all well.
Thank
and
you,
we'll
brother.
see you in the blue room.
Outstanding. We'll be heading there in just a minute. Everybody should be heading over to the blue room after this. And Miss Linda.
Yes, sir.
I won't say goodnight now. We'll say goodnight in a little while. Thank you for
Good
being
night,
here.
John Doe.
No, all right. Good night, Mary Ellen. I'll say that again in a minute, but we'll go on. And Miss Chick.
Yes, John.
Thank you, darling. You're
You're
becoming
welcome.
indispensable to me. You know that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't down in my game. I had kind of a weird day today. But,
Oh, darling. Well, I hope it gets
whatever.
better. I hope it gets better.
Maybe.
See there?
But even
Positive
if my day
attitude,
doesn't
baby.
get better, you can still like, follow, share, and subscribe.
Indeed. Buttons right down there at the bottom. Like, share, and subscribe. A Blue Dot in Texas, baby. Come join this Blue Dot family because we would love to have you. It grows every day. And on that note, y'all say goodnight.
Good night.
Night.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you again. Was it Thursday? Today's Thursday, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
it is Thursday.
We'll be back here Sunday for another Blue Dot family meeting. Until then, take care of yourself, put a smile on your face, and try to pass it along to somebody else because they need it. And until then, we'll see y'all later. Bye. No, wait.
Bye.
Now I got to move the mouse around here because we don't have buttons. There we are.
Don't hit
There we
the
are.
red button.
Got to get them